Mixer announced that they're shutting down operations and partnering up with Facebook Gaming. As a result, it's reported that Ninja is walking out with $30 million and Shroud got $10 million. They were even offered double those amounts by Facebook, but they both declined to become free agents. How did Microsoft, a trillion-dollar company, the owner of Mixer, screw this one up so badly? In this video, I'm going to explain the 4 factors that led to the shutdown, and if you follow my content, you know it's going to be full of data. I'm also including at the end of the video the impact on Shroud and Ninja's following after their move to Mixer, which I thought was pretty interesting. Alright, so clearly the first factor was poor performance, with Mixer being so late to the game. Even the director of Xbox had this to say: "We started pretty far behind in terms of where Mixer's monthly active viewers were compared to some of the big players out there." Let's dive deeper into these stats. Mixer launched in January 2016 and got acquired by Microsoft in August 2016. For that year, Twitch already had 5 billion hours watched, so they had quite a hefty head start. If we look at the market share by hours watched, in 2019, Twitch owned 73% of the live streaming market, YouTube Gaming owned 21%, and both Facebook Gaming and Mixer grew from 1% to 3% from the previous year. Now that's 3% market share 3 years after Mixer launch. That is not looking good, especially when you're a platform owned by a trillion-dollar company. If we look at the raw numbers of hours watched per platform, in 2019, Twitch had 9.3 billion hours watched, YouTube had 2.7 billion, and both Facebook and Mixer at 350 million. That means that last year, Twitch had 27 times more hours watched than Mixer. And if we look at the concurrent viewers, in 2019, Twitch averaged 1.12 million concurrent viewers. Meanwhile, Mixer clocked in at just 40,000, which is 3.6% of their Twitch rival. Now, in Q1 2020, the market shares do change significantly. But for who? Twitch went from 73% to 65%, YouTube still hovers at 22%, and Facebook Gaming, with the biggest change, went from 3% to 11%. And Mixer? Well, they actually decreased from 3% to 2% of the market share. That's disappointing because COVID-19 should have been a massive opportunity for Mixer, but their year-on-year growth netted just 0.2%, whereas Facebook Gaming growth increased hours watched from 86 million to 291 million. It's actually interesting to see that during the lockdown, Twitch went from 600 million monthly visits to 900 million, whereas Mixer only went from 12 million to 14 million.
Have you seen, since this quarantine has happened, have you seen your numbers go up ever since everybody's home, or are they kind of...
No, man, Mixer really hasn't been doing a lot of advertising of the platform during this, which is, a little bit of a missed opportunity right now. There could be some definite traction, pushing some audiences there. But no, man, I'm actually streaming more than ever.
So why such low numbers for Mixer? Well, this leads me to the second factor. Microsoft never marketed Mixer as anything more than a more technologically advanced version of Twitch. In the past, creators had to deal with delays of anywhere between 5 to 30 seconds, which killed conversations and made real-time chat engagement next to impossible. Mixer's initial promise came from underlying technologies, including the low-latency, faster-than-light stream protocol, reducing the delay between creators and their viewers. The sub-second broadcast closed the gap for audiences and opened doors for real-time connections. However, that defining feature was then muted by reduced broadcast delays from Twitch and YouTube, reducing delays down to 2 to 3 seconds. Bugs were also quite noticeable on Mixer, affecting the seamless viewer experience, and there was also a bias towards Xbox. Because there was no native application for Mixer on PlayStation 4, players couldn't simply press the share button on their controller and stream like they can to Twitch or YouTube. So yeah, why would viewers go to Mixer when their main selling point being the tech side is actually worse than their competitors?
So if you're somebody that wants to start live streaming, why would you do it somewhere that's oversaturated? You'd go somewhere where you think you have more success, or somewhere that you like better, right?
Surely, Microsoft could have handled those technical difficulties. Well, that's factor 3. They had very poor people and money management. Problems at Mixer were not just external, with reports of low morale among the team earlier this year. That followed with the departure of the founders, resulting in a reported skeleton team. One former Mixer employee even recently voiced their personal encounters with racism among leadership, which made the executive vice president of gaming at Microsoft to publicly respond. And a leaked Mixer town hall video provided a glimpse into the awful leadership, with the Mixer head downplaying internal frustrations among staff.
I cannot tolerate negativity and negative swirls and etc. etc. That does not mean I don't understand the challenges. I have a lot of empathy, but I'm not here to sympathize with anybody.
Now, who would want to work for her after that speech? While struggling internally, they clearly stopped caring about the community aspect of the platform and focused on PR. That's what brought them to the last-ditch move by acquiring several top streamers like Shroud and Ninja. And that brings me to factor number 4. Mixer focused on drawing streamers to its platform, but didn't spend much time promoting organic talent and growing their viewership. Getting Ninja and Shroud to stream on your platform is one thing, but what Mixer didn't seem to realize is that their audience was there to see them. They were not necessarily there to be a part of that primary community to check out new streamers they might like. It just wasn't a huge part of the site's DNA, and that was a huge oversight from the Mixer team. Culture and identity is what made Twitch so big in the first place. Live streaming is a place where you can discover new communities and hang out with streamers as well as viewers. Mixer seemed to only care for the big streamers. So what happened to these big streamers when they went to Mixer? Let's look at Ninja and Shroud's stats. When Ninja was on Twitch, he had 14.7 million followers, whereas on Mixer, he only had 3.2 million, resulting in an 80% drop. Shroud had 7 million followers on Twitch and 1.2 million followers on Mixer, representing an 80% drop as well. With such a drastic drop in followers, you can understand them being very happy that Mixer is now letting them go. And if we look at their average concurrent viewers, Ninja's numbers just before getting acquired was 39,000. On Mixer, that metric was just 4,000, representing a 90% drop in viewership. Shroud had a similar crash in viewership. He went from having an average of 24,000 on Twitch to 5,000 on Mixer, representing an 80% drop. These numbers from Shroud and Ninja paint a bitter picture of what was going on. Mixer basically paid big bucks for top streamers and got none of the rewards. Now with that being said, all the streamers moving to Mixer may have had a small impact on the platform, but had a bigger impact on the whole industry. The fact that someone as big as Ninja could end up and leave Twitch showed that there was a demand for the talent that drives these platforms. For example, YouTube signed an exclusive streaming deal with PewDiePie. This guy's toast jumped to Facebook. And not to be outdone, but Twitch held on to some of its most important names, including Pokimane and Dr. Disrespect. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in the live streaming world in the next couple of months. If you guys want to see more different types of data-driven content, please let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to be notified for my next video. Peace!